Burninwolf, and welcome to the community show for tonight. Tonight we have Dark Lord, Nemo, Ace, and Stephen alongside me. We're going to go through the new campaign, the prizes within the campaign, the new FM prizes, and a couple of things that we pulled off the forum for you guys to know that might help you with a bit of information of what's going on with a few bug fixes. So if we want to just dive straight in, and we'll go straight onto the campaign. What do you guys think of the new campaign, and basically what you guys using to do it, and if you're doing it cheap or for free?
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
I did a couple levels of it. I think they're going the right direction with it, but it's still Scourges, and it's once again one of those things that if you don't have the right tools, this is going to hurt.
What are you using?
I've been using blades, and same thing I used on the Scourge last times because it was the only thing I had that worked was V2s with blades. I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky that have the blades. And there's people here that don't have the blades.
I need to open this up here a little bit, gentlemen, to pour some sadness out for the fact that I still don't have fucking blade missiles. So that's why we're opening the show like that today. Yeah, I was wondering, anybody trying it with tiger sharks, with trying to outrange, just creep on that thermal?
Yeah, I've tried my Styx torpedo ones and it works in a few of them. There's some of them that the thermal just totally outranges you, no matter how you try and sneak up on them. But the actual final one, which is, in my opinion, a replica of the elite stage of the Scourge campaign, that is 100% subbable, the whole lot, especially with tigers, because you need the thermal. The sonar.
I will say they did one thing right. They put the Harrier missile in, and that's going to help some people. But again, you almost have to have the blade to get the Harrier.
Yeah, I mean, I have Harriers in my Rhinos, and they're not. I give them a B minus. I still want to change some of the specials. Still wait on the interception system, so they could get better. But they're passable at the moment. They're not. I was kind of disappointed overall with what was it, Harriers, and what was the other set that came? Was it just flat called Disruptor missiles?
Yeah, the D. But what are they thinking putting Mastodons in? I mean, that's like a relic.
Well, if you don't have retargeting, I mean, this kind of changes to the point where you have to be able to retarget no matter what you're doing. I think Mastodons with blades would still hit hard as a motherfucker. I mean, they still have great range. They outrange anything that Rhinos can do. That might be me with the Echo. Let me see.
Well, I've got my heart set on this Rhino because I didn't get the first Rhino when it came around. So this is kind of a nice thing for me if I can get there. But like I said, I just did the first two, and I'm dealing with damage I'm not going to pay any more for. So I've almost hit my limit for ridiculous coining, and the game's got to do something. I've been waiting, and they haven't done anything. All this baby step talk has got me convinced that it's a stillborn.
Anyways, that sound a little better.
I think that's got rid of the YouTube. No, there's still someone with YouTube on in the background. There we go. I think that got it.
Yeah, I don't have any YouTube on.
Could just be a little feedback.
Mine was muted. You also remember we're covering oceans and giant-ass countries here.
Yep.
And we have West Coast, East Coast, and our good friends across the pond, so there's bound to be a little hiccups in this.
Okay, so back onto the.
But you want to talk about the limit? For you.
The limit, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, I forgot you were rolling back into the campaign.
Yeah, with the campaign, I did put out 2 videos, and obviously I do have the latest tech and I'm quite a large coiner, so it is a lot easier for me. But when I was using the Tiger Sharks, you can do that with normal Nighthawks, you can do that with even Spectres or Reapers, but it will be a lot harder. And I did the whole thing for limited repair. No repair, sorry. Granted, I timed it out because I did forget that there's an hour on it and I got a phone call halfway through, but I did get it in the end. So you can do it with subs for completely free.
You've got to also bear in mind as well, though, if you are using any other subs other than Tiger Sharks, then you're going to have to add thermal to that, because the deep dive ones that fire the missiles out the water, you won't find.
You mean sonar? Can't add thermal.
Yeah, sonar. Because if you don't add sonar, you just won't find them deep dive subs.
That's why, with some advice, I ended up building. I have one Tiger built. Like I said, I built it with sticks, charons, and a couple bees for speed. I built it with what was it? Sonar pod. With 3. Where is it? She's right here. Alright, nothing like live checking. Sonic targeting 3. So it's got a range. I think it's 90 for my sonar range. Yeah. So you can pick those up pretty easily. Hopefully, I might play around with it and see if one's enough firepower. I don't think it's going to be. I might have to go and build another one.
Yeah, I mean, I did check mine out. I mean, on my Tigers, just pulling it up now, I've actually only got 80 sonar range, because I actually opted for the V armor, just to add that bit of speed.
Has anybody tried mixing it up and trying to see what you could pre-prep out of it, and then just get the thermals with bigger ships? Or has anybody really tried hacking at it yet? Unfortunately, I've been working a lot, so I haven't got a chance to play with it.
To be honest, I've only actually done 3 run-throughs of the whole campaign, and I've basically gone for best technique in my hunters, my rhinos, my Neptune Aegis, and the Tigers. And to be honest, I mean, you'd be better using a selection for the lot. I mean, the very first round is very easy. They're very, very lightly armoured. That very first number 1. So don't be optimistic thinking, oh, this is going to be easy, because they do get a lot harder.
Yeah, someone's telling me the first. Sorry, Ace, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, yeah, the first 6 are reasonably pretty easy, pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of ships in there, but that last one, yeah, they're just all over the place. So, yeah, and I was just using 2 hunters, 2 rhinos, and a Harlock Aegis, and it was doing alright. I probably rushed it a bit and probably take a bit more damage than need be, but yeah, that's just me.
So George in chat said he gave a good, honest shot. It took a long time, but you can try to pare it down a bit. Speaking of that, do you want to drop the bombshell that people got to remember there, Burnin?
Yeah. When I was recording my video, I got a phone call halfway through, and I forgot that there was a time limit on it. I didn't actually notice it whatsoever. So, at the end of the video that I was recording, it timed out on me when I died. It's like, oh, great. And I really could not be bothered to go through it again with the Tiger shots, because it is quite long, and, you know, waiting for the 30-second repair on each sub. But, you know, you got the gist of the video if you saw it. So make sure you remember that you do have an hour on that. It is a bit annoying for the lower levels. I don't see why they put it to an hour, because these prizes seem to be sort of like a prize pack for the lower levels, so they've got something for the Scourge later on. But it's like, can they do that in an hour?
No.
No,
I
it's
don't
the
know if I'm
point.
going to be able to do it in an hour without. I got to throw it. I mean, don't want to speak too broadly on it because I haven't tried it, but from what I've seen and heard, it's going to be a bit painful. And I've got moderate tech. I wouldn't want to be low level, but low levels also have got a good kick up the ladder recently, so we'll see.
Well, they got their FMs diluted horribly, is what I think.
Yeah. Nothing like. Good.
Sorry. Do you want to elaborate on that a bit more?
Well, I mean, just the added stuff. I mean, it's like this new cadmium armor. I mean, it shows that they know they screwed up, but it's not fixed. You know, people have been mentioning evade cadmium, but I don't know. Every time I look up the word cadmium, it has something to do with resistance to you know, things like corrosion. It's in every fucking battery in the world. I mean, you would think, you know, they didn't call it speed armor. They already had that. They called it cadmium. And it was like they knew what they were doing, but they didn't bother to share the information with the guy that actually puts the code in.
It's interesting. I mean, you're damn right. That's exactly what it means. I hadn't that didn't click in my brain until just a second ago. Yeah. So that's cadmium in itself is shite. It's right shite. I wish they thought do it a little bit more. As Prof was saying, if you had the option to repair that set first and then move on, that'd be great. But it's sad that I had to fight my way through it to get past it. I think I finally
If they
killed
want me to
cadmium.
use it, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I mean, if they
No, you're
want me
good.
to use it, make it evade. I'll use it.
Yeah.
I'll use it. I'll put it on some boats. But as it is, anybody that puts it on their boats, I'm going to call them a fool. Unless they can show me where they use that little tiny bit of repair to offset the amount of times they're going to die for using it, and all the time that they spend and coin they spend changing it out, and the fact that now that fleet that they had with all that nice evade, hopefully they don't need that.
You always need evade. The moment
Yeah.
you don't need evade, it's the moment they quit the game.
So you're going to build a second fleet?
Good luck with 3 months.
Yeah.
Speaking of FM, I think we can segue this all nice and smooth. Like, what do you guys think about the new prizes? We got. Let me go ahead and share it up. I will go wide. Google. Hang screenshot. There we go. Go ahead and flip this on over. So we've got the rail systems. Should be. It's not a 1. We got our 2.
I believe I saw a video about the rail system that didn't seem to perform very well.
Barrel system 2. You can see the sadness of what I don't have here. Barrel system 3 with a 2x multi-shot and +6 for the heavy launcher. It's pretty heavy though, 20% weapon weight. I mean, those scatter guns aren't light, especially when people use a lot of them. So what do you guys think about these?
Not worth it.
Yeah, I don't see the point in it. You're taking off something that you're either gonna want evade, or you're gonna want your speed, or you want more defense. And really, the scatterguns, they do enough damage as it is. I really don't see the point of adding this to do more damage. One shot and they're dead anyway. So yeah, I maybe on a different fleet. I'm not sure which fleet, but maybe.
I think it just proves they don't play the game.
I've actually refit a fleet with the new scattergun, the D81M, and I actually put barrel system 3 on, and then I took it straight back off. That's what I thought of it. I've got nothing good to say about it. I'm sorry, but I just don't.
But Kixeye got their money from you. You see what I mean? I mean, they're hoping that people won't do their homework, and they don't realize that as agreeable it is to have data mining. Players are going to have to rely on that, because when we're told something, we don't have any proof that it does or doesn't work until we either coin it or go to a data miner and say, hey, does this work? And the data miner goes, yeah, according to our information, it doesn't do nothing. And then you ask Kix, and it's, working as intended. So you're intentionally screwing us? Is that what they're trying to say?
Kixeye lost their right to be mad about data miners the moment they stopped conveying any kind of palatable, clear, concise information about their game. The amount of misinformation between blueprints, the forums, the way that intends to fucking come back 3 weeks later and change things, or wait 6 months and then change things. I mean, we have to do what you can to save as much money as you can in this game. So I have no problem with the data miners. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys pull it out. We can see what's going on. I have no problem with it. Thank you.
My problem with it, in my opinion, is it doesn't do enough. It's a very heavy special for what it says it does. Now, in my opinion, I want more to sacrifice 20% of my fleet weight for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm interested in some of the other prizes.
All right, you guys want to look at what else?
Well, there is a video out demonstrating it. I wish I would have got that video to you before you did to that. Because I feel like could have saved Kixeye the reward of misinformation, because that's what it seems like they do. They misinform, and they get the guy that chases the shiny, and before you think about it, you do it. And if you got to see a video where you see clearly it doesn't work, it stop you from doing it. And see, that's the thing. We don't have videos anymore because the passion in the game is dying. So we don't have information from other players because they're not interested in sharing because, they feel stupid when they, well, not saying you do, but I mean, I wouldn't feel very good about my purchase if I made that purchase and then had to immediately throw it away. I'm a little more frugal than that, and these days, with the trust level where it is with KixEye, I'm not likely to ever be trusting. I'm going to wait till 10 people do it, and it's common before I'll even get involved. And unfortunately, by that time, it's passé. It's obsolete.
You ever hear the phrase "the first deer out of the woods is the first one that gets shot"?
Yep.
It happens a lot in this game. You don't want to have to always. If you want to play the big boy game and you want to try to be the biggest and the baddest, wait a fucking night. You don't have to coin it the first night. I hear so many people that coin it, then hate it, and refit it. Like,
oh yeah,
just give it a little bit of time, just an iota of time, before you make your decisions. Wait for the community shows. Wait for Larry to do that math. People don't thank the professor enough for the shit that he does.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a bit of a math guy, but goddamn, I do not want to do his job. So thank you once again, Larry, for what you do. But yeah, you gotta just wait. Be cautious. Be pessimistic. That's what you got to be pessimistic in this game, and that's sad. You have to actually think that everything they're going to do is shit, and until they prove you right, prove you wrong, and through videos they go, "Oh, this is decent," then you make the jump. And I miss that. This game used to be so much fun to me. Just
we
for
used to have
something.
test server videos. They're
Oh,
common.
God.
We loved that. That was hard evidence. That was, I get to see it with my own eyes. The next best thing is to do it with your own hands and feel it, touch it.
We used to have a working
it's
test
imaginary.
server. That was
Yeah.
the biggest difference. We used to have a test server that got 1,000 people in every month, and it was a random rotation. It was people that were active on the forums at the time within an hour or so, or your alliance picked it up, and you got in the test server like that. Bam. And just to be able to have, there was a wide enough paintbrush of the community to get into it where people could kind of figure it out. Now it's probably about 100 plus 50, 100, 200 people. I know certain people that are in it.
They're handpicked.
Fine. They're
going to
handpicked.
show what KixEye wants you to see.
There's certain people in BV that do it, certain people in Alliance Crib that do it. We know that, and it's okay. It kind of makes me sad that they just keep taking the soul of this game away in different ways.
Well, it's like when they ask if the raid was fun to the guys that were doing the test server, and I'm thinking to myself, fun? And then they asked if it was easy or hard. I thought, well, how hard could it be with 80,000 coins? It's not going to be hard.
How hard could it be with all the best tech?
Yeah, you got the 80,000 coins, so you can have it right now, so you know whether or not the prize is worth going for. And we could say, oh yeah, the prize is definitely worth going for, not because of the raid, but because they were smashing each other's bases relentlessly, unstoppably. So all that we had was big coiners going, God dang, another monster hull. So everybody knew if you wanted a monster hull, this was the one to get. But as far as the raid goes, we didn't know if it was going to be easy or hard or anything. We didn't know. And all the questions they were asking were irrelevant because we didn't have points to defer to go, it's worth the points. It's worth the damage. They weren't asking the questions that were relevant to the players.
All right. Well, we got it down our rants and got it out of our system. You feel better? No, do you feel better, Nemo? I feel better. Does everybody feel better? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's continue. Magnus Drive 2.
Goose Faba.
I like it.
So, Magnus Drive 2. What do you guys think off the top of your heads? And first opinions, gut reactions. That's what I want to get from you guys tonight.
I like it, personally.
Ace, what do you say? You've been quiet. What do you got up for us?
It's nice and fast. It's it's hard to give up the turn speed, but it's just really fast. You get through the bases nice and easy. I haven't got anything to really put on it yet. I haven't built Tigers yet, so I'm hoping I don't get this one yet and I get something else.
I'm just going to keep ranting then because I'm on my third Tiger and I just finally got it turned around to where I'm getting Stealth Attack 4 on there, which is another new item. And then before I can even get the fleet done, they come out with something better. And I'm like, great. Once again, I'm halfway done when they take my tech and say, oh, look, a new shiny.
So I've been doing everything piecemeal recently. The professor was saying, and I kind of really agree with him, now we're in the age of 4-slot subs. It's a lot less compelling than it used to be. I mean, if you're going to make it, you have to really tweak it and see how the fleets are going to line out. If you want to make a channel runner, I think it's not a bad move. if you're still going in FVF, I don't think it's really when you want to go because I want that turn speed. Especially if you're building Tiger Sharks and you're trying to kite on the end of thermal range, you're just gonna kind of screw yourself.
Yeah,
I think it'll be expensive if you put it on Tiger Sharks trying to kite people or kite
yeah,
fleets.
no, I don't know because I mean with rank and also if you have the Styx torpedo on, which also gives turn speed, I mean I don't actually think you're gonna be any worse off because I mean the turn on a dime with speed system on, yeah. I don't think the Magnus drive would really affect it too bad.
So I got a
I think
53 turn speed with Speed System 5 on my Tiger Sharks at the moment, and it
it's
still
just
feels a little sluggish.
Yeah, but I mean you wait till you get like up there in the 60% plus mark, and I mean it's a sub so it can auto all salvages. You know.
I don't think that solo one's quite there yet. I gotta keep working on it. It needs a little more level.
it's just what you're going to build your subs for. Are you going to use them for prepping bases, or are you going to use them for combat, open water?
If it's prepping bases, like on my Reapers, I can't wait to get this on there. I didn't get it this week, but I would love to get this next week straight away so I can put it straight on my Reapers for prepping bases.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
It's bringing prepping back into it though, isn't it? A lot of these new specials. I mean, you look at bases now, and I mean, 90% of bases you can't just one it, wonder it.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's got a decent coining level, and they know what they're doing.
Holy How
That's
did
what
I
I want.
overlook this, gentlemen? I'm gonna have to segue and move the conversation along to that fucking range.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry,
How did I? What?
backtrack for 1 second. Mike Riley
Sure.
got it right in chat. It doesn't just have to go on subs either. Because of the penalty for the accuracy actually gone down from Magnus 1 as well, you can use it for normal normal hulls as well, not
Just for that raw speed bonus. That's a good point. That's why. Thank you guys for participating in the chat. I really appreciate it. It's good that we get some great tips out of there, and that was a good one. That was a strong click. Thanks. Do anything else you guys want to say on Magnus before we move on? Yeah, jump the gun there a little.
Go for it. Carry on.
All right, rock and roll. God damn, I've been out of the loop. 105 fucking range. Let me just say that again. 105 fucking range. So this needs to go on your spotters. Whatever you have it on. I guess I'm taking that antipode off the front of my Frosty, and this is going up there.
So it's a turret.
It's a
turret.
turret.
That's why it's the day. It's what happens when I don't read. I go, oh, this looks awesome. Oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. I'm gonna go sit in my corner and cry because I got really excited for a minute.
Still, I really like the look of
Sad
this
panda.
turret. This is really, really nasty. I'm gonna put a shitload of armor on it and
Let's see
put
what
it
range
up
it is.
somewhere at 50% of the base, where if they kill it, then they got to take the whole base, or yeah, it's just going to be nasty. It's going to do a lot of damage. I'm going to put eruption pyre on it, make it fire faster, and yeah, it's just going to be really nice.
So
I just got to
105
ask, anybody have it? Anybody know if it can hit anything? I mean, after
No,
I had my Deadeye
can't get it
Ballista
yet.
on my base, I got to ask.
Oh, the Deadeye
You can't
Ballista.
get it yet.
Yeah.
You can't
Blind
get
Eye
this.
Ballista?
No, this new scattergun. You can't get it yet because it's a limited prize. So you got to receive all the other prizes before you can get that one.
Oh, okay.
The fallback prize, and from what I'm getting from the forums, that it will act like the normal scat guns, not like the ballista. So it should hit, and it looks like it's going to cause a lot of damage. You're going to see XL bunker busters coming back into play. So if you put this on a turret, you want to armor it to the teeth because people will be bunker busting this one.
So 105. I was pulling this one up quickly. That's a 90. So we're looking about that ish. I mean, we're going off the top slide of our hand there. So the range isn't bad. It can cover a little bit more than I thought it was going to. One per base. Sheesh.
I just hope somebody will put a video out when they finally do get it out there and show the rest of us, because once again I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I agree. I
You
don't, I
know.
don't, I don't trust it. I mean, they brought that ballista out. Everyone were raving about it.
Yep.
You know, and no, it's just I don't like it. It's as accurate as no, I don't want to say.
It's a blind eye ballista, is what I call it.
Oh yeah, it is probably once every 5 or 6 thousand base hits.
You've got to have a target sitting still.
Yeah, it's a lot of crap in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of faith in this turret, personally. I think if it works how it should do, how it's being perceived, which, touch wood, I hope Kixeye got it right, I will definitely love this turret in my base, and I will be putting it in my base straight away just to test it.
Oh yeah,
Good.
I'll be putting mine in.
Well, I hope you guys do me a favor and show me. Put it out there. Let us all see. You know, I mean,
Well,
give us since Kixeye can't convince us it works. Maybe you guys can.
Well, guys, make sure you put the Alliance Crib in your favorites on Facebook, and you'll be able to see those videos. I'm
you
sure
go.
one of our great members will go and get one of those out for us as soon as this shit drops. One of those crazy corners out there, somebody is going to want to know.
What do
I
you
don't want
think
to know
the
that
build
bad.
time on this
Somebody
is gonna
might.
be?
I do. My base sucks. I don't even have a guard anymore.
All right. Was Streamline Cadmium the other new one that came out today? Yeah. Okay, we'll go put that up. Thank you. All right. So, what do you guys think?
No.
It's missing
No.
two things.
This is
Cadmium.
Some corrosive resistance.
Some corrosive resistance would be nice, because if anybody has you've ever looked up the word cadmium, you're going to find it has to do with corrosive resistance, and about the only thing it has anything to do with is corrosive resistance, and it's still missing the corrosive resistance. And then most people are going to be removing evade to put it on, and by removing the evade, you're inviting more damage. So now you almost have to have a quicker repair just because you're removing evade. So this is paying $1 to save a dime.
Yeah, and it's relatively heavy. The changes, I have to see how it plays out across a fleet for the speed, but mobility isn't that big of an issue right now. I think Speed 5 solved a lot of the turn issues, where this is nice, but couldn't this be done just as well with different armor? I mean, it's just I think you're 100% right. Soon, the more evade you have, the less damage you take in this game, the longer you survive. The second you start trading away evade, you're going to start taking. Like, you want to have decent defenses in other areas, but the evade is what matters. Anything else you can work on and you can retrofit and get better, but if you don't have evade, you're fuckboiled.
Well, to be honest, in my opinion, it is a nice, maybe a nice little bonus to put on a sub. Just that extra combat speed, the extra bit of turn speed. You know, you're on about.
You want to take away visible range? Yeah, I don't want to change. I don't want to change cloak defense. Like, fuck that. I love riding up next to somebody like they're here and I'm just sitting chilling right here. What's up, motherfucker? I want to have that visible range as small as possible.
Me too.
I'm going to
That's what a sub's about.
Disagree there.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is you could just drop one and put it on. I mean, you know, if you drive subs, you don't have to drive right next to them. You know, I mean, end of the day, the only thing that you should worry about is thermal. You know, and that's.
But what are you using for subs right now that you're worried about speed? Tiger Shark should outpace most things we have here. If you play them smart and you bail out with 20 seconds, you're going to be fine. Nighthawks are they fly, especially if you build them towards any kind of inkling of speed. So, I mean, once again,
I was edging more towards the turn speed that the Streamline Cadmium gives
That's
you.
ranking. Yeah. You can get 75% with ranking them, and right now with Earths on the map, reminding people that Earths are on the map, you can get more rank in a half hour playing Battle Pirates ranking your subs than you can putting that armor on. But I agree. I mean, I'm not going to change my cloaking efficiency. I'm not going to do that. I mean, again, it comes down to what you're using your subs for. I mean, if you're using your subs for something where you're maxed out at 75% anyway because you're hitting bases, then you don't need that 91% evade. or cloak efficiency. I mean, you don't need it. It's not going to do you any good. So that speed could come in handy. But I mean, I looked at the math of a magician or Larry's examples of what he would use it for, and in some instances you were saving 20 minutes of repair time. In some instances you were saving a couple hours of repair time. But what we don't know is what he was using it for. It could have been the right calculation, but used the wrong way or ran into the wrong target, and it just backfire on you.
I've
Sorry,
got,
I
I've
was
got to
saying-
sort of agree with Dark Lord with the sub ones because the Tigers, as an example, they've got 4 armor slots now.
Mhm.
When you're going up against Scourge, do you like my Tigers one fleet is designed for fighting Scourge. That's why there's Sonic targets on there. So, and I've got retrofitted stealth system and stealth armor, so I don't need all that stealth. But the extra turn speed and the extra speed against a Scourge could be quite useful. So this might be something
Yeah.
where I take 1 or 2 off, and that's an instance of where it could possibly be used.
Well, report back. Let us know how that turns out. I'm sure we'd all be interested to see how well they turn.
And I can see where that would come in handy because the Scourge have that one sub that can just kind of pinch you, kind of throws that rocket out there and pinches you, and if you can't turn quick enough, you're going to get caught by that rocket, and then there you are sitting duck. So yeah, I can see where that could come in handy. I definitely could see your side of it there, but I'm just not gonna go for the new shiny until they put evade on that armor and some resistance to corrosive. It's not for me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're going in the right direction by adding extra bonuses to the armor now, but it's not the right ones. Corrosive, we definitely need something for corrosive, especially with the new turret coming out and the Scourge and everything. And there's going to be more weapons with corrosive damage, so we need something to defend against that on the armor basis, or even in specials. But evade. Who swaps evade off nowadays? Majority of fleets have a hell of a lot of evade armor on them, and you'd never swap this out for evade.
No, not unless you replaced it with something else with evade. That's what I'm saying. They got an opportunity here to bankroll a chunk of money real easy because everybody's going to trade evade for evade, no problem. Especially if it incurs less repair time or perhaps less repair time and the same or a little bit less evade. Say change your 7% evade to a 5% evade, and then you get a little bit better repair time. Don't bury us in the weight, so it's not so it's equal weight because it's not the same kind of thing. We're not going to get a bonus for it because it's Scourge rather than Forsaken or whatever. We don't get any bonuses for the weight if we have our shipyard up. So I mean, just give us a fair deal, and we'll give you a fair coin.
All right. And so is that it for the new prizes this week, guys? We cover them all? It's been one of those days where I'm not even thinking straight. I think we got them all. Streamline, Barrel 3, Magnus Drive 2, right?
With the amount you're missing. Oh look, there's the blade missile you're missing.
I know, it's so sad. He's so lonely. Like, he's got all these friends up here. They're just, like, chilling. What's up, homies? And these two, my rhinos are fucking slacking, man. Come on, pick it up, boys.
That's the perfect 2 you need. That's a damn shame.
I know. Like look at the countermeasure loaders,
Look at all
D5R,
the lots.
cadmium armor
There's so many
delta. Like,
lots.
fuck off. I don't like math.
Just
It's
sat here laughing, is there?
It's
just sad, man. Fuck you, Kixeye. You took me from like a 1 in 3 chance to 1 in 7. I'll go cry in the corner.
Okay, right. So
This is my answer for not having fucking blades. As soon as this show is over, this is dying. I'll be fucking Burninwolf's level playing tonight.
I'm sober tonight, mate. But yeah, 2 things I picked up from the forum. Going back to the Tiger Sharks again, there is a little bug with them where the timer starts before the battle starts, sort of thing, if you're counting down. And the reason that's not been fixed, which was told by one of the mods and confirmed by Doom Rooster, is because it has to be within the update on Tuesday. So that should be fixed on Tuesday because it requires a data change, which cannot be done with a hotfix, hence the delay on it. The other one that I picked up, and this was done by one of the mods, is the reload time for that wonderful, amazing gun on the the Zoe Rhino that everyone's going to love. That's so short range it's never going to fire, but the reload on that is apparently 0.5. So for some stupid reason that you get your rhinos that close to a target,
Did
it's
we
going
ever
to
show
quick.
the blueprint? I don't even think we ever even showed the blueprint, did we?
No.
Here.
Do you have it up?
Yeah, I mean, I got PP. I stuck a PP up. I'm doing it right now. There we go. Zoe's Rhino. Once again with this split.
So it originally said, I can't remember where it was, it originally said that it had 16 weapon slots, but it only does have 15 as well. So
Unless you
But one
count
of
that
them, the
weapon.
cannon.
Yeah, it comes with the weight of the cannon, so that means if you add specials to it, it'll probably affect the weight of that cannon as well. But is it been defined for sure that it's a concussive weapon, or is it a ballistic? Was it a cannon? You know, I mean, what's going to increase that range? Can you put hardened barrel on it, and increase the range of it?
That's a good question. I mean, it's a tiny, tiny range.
Yeah.
I did see it somewhere, bear with me, and I'll just double check the forums, because I did see where I think it was said that it was a ballistic weapon. So I'm just...
Well, I think I saw a mod say something about it, but until I hear it from CM Doom Turkey, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to believe it.
I'm wondering if it's going to have its own range, so we can see the range of it as well.
That's a good question. 45 is not very far, though, when you think about it. It's pretty damn... They're going to have to be on your ass.
Yeah, 49's a thud, rather. I don't know. I don't know why they thought that would be a good thing to do. You know, why not give us the choice of putting something on?
16 weapons, 5 armor slots, 5 special slots.
It does have a lot of bonuses versus the original Rhino, but if I had the Rhino, which I don't, so this is a godsend for me. Thank you, Kix. I don't get to say that often enough, but I have a feeling that I'll regret it later. So maybe I shouldn't say it at all. And by the way, welcome back, CM Doom Rooster. We thought you were hiding until after Thanksgiving, maybe just to avoid the onslaught of the raid, but I think enough people had a good raid that nobody has anything at KixEye to worry about as far as that goes.
So fuck you in the ass.
It wasn't fun, I'll tell you that. It may have been easy for some people. It wasn't fun for anyone.
Easy, motherfuckers. Oh, I just want to say a big fuck you to Harbin for fucking... Just fuck you to Harbin in general, but I'm going to just say this. This is just, I love this guy. You know what, see this big-ass bottle of rum, this big giant one, Will Harbin? You can take this one and just shove it up your asshole for signing off on making the sonar range, making the thermal range 7 points higher than the torpedoes that we got in the last raid. You break the cycle, you take the idea of, you work hard, you spend your money, you're going to be able to make it in the next few raids or your next cycles. And that was a deliberate fuck you to anyone that got Tiger Sharks, built Tiger Sharks, and especially coined Tiger Sharks. I was only mad because it took a month of me sitting there and doing nothing else, really. I got to tweak other things. But it was basically 3 weeks or so fucking that I just sat there and built Tiger Sharks. How would you feel if I had spent $700-800 and bought them? My God, fuck you. So, yeah, that raid I played it minimally, got a little bit, kind of says a big fuck you, I'll play Christmas raid. And it just wasn't worth my sanity, because it just made me fucking rage.
As we can see, Steven's back in full hate Will Harbin mode now.
I alternate like the seasons. It just all depends on how I feel. You can see it's Christmas already going on in the background, so it's a fuck Will Harbin kind of time.
I'm sure he feels the same way. I mean, he's shown it. He's definitely shown it that he feels the same way. He won't even play his own game. He's been adamant about that forever, so I think it shows how concerned he is about how our attitude is. I mean, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that they have one thing they could do to fix the game. One thing. I wish I had one thing I could do to fix something. I wish I had something that could be fixed with one thing.
I don't know. It's buy better servers. Pay Amazon for better servers, because the lag the last three weeks has just been fucking disgusting.
I'm just disgusted with anything that doesn't have to do with shorter build times.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make our Christmas, Will Harbin, if you wanted to not hear people say that all the time in your forums, all you have to do is one thing, brother. One thing. lower build times. We'll pay for all these wonderful carrots you dangle out if the or if the build time isn't ridiculous. I'll gladly put that stupid cadmium armor on something if I could have 2 fleets that didn't take 6 months to build each.
I have to be honest. I think that the main issue really is repair times over build times. I'd be happy for build times to stay the same if repair times were reduced, so you actually were able to play the fucking game.
Well, I don't have
Yeah,
the
I'd
fleets
prefer
to
that.
play, so I don't have to worry about repair times. I don't have the fleets. I have the holes, but I don't have the. I have the blueprints, but I don't have the fleets. I mean, I get 5 fleets, 6 fleets, maybe a year that are worth a damn if they don't become obsolete before I'm done with them. So I wouldn't know about repair times. I don't build the fleets to get that far.
So then, what about with the uranium going into? Because we saw it on 2 weapons now, I believe it is.
That's
So
a
what
good
do you
point.
guys think
What's
about
the
that?
second weapon?
I think. Give me a second. I swear there was 2. I'm not 100% sure, but in general, what do you guys feel about that? Do you want to see that on everything that comes out now, but with long build times? Do you want? Because personally, I'd say it'd be better if it's optional. But if that's going to lower repair times, do you want uranium to be on all the weapons and all the
Well,
components?
I would, yeah, if we're gonna save time over uranium, as long as if we get a choice, because some people don't have uranium. So, as long as if we get a choice to do it, then I haven't got a problem with it.
Yeah, uranium is so easy to get now. I mean,
Well, not for
even on
everyone though.
Not
you
for
got.
everyone.
I don't believe that because you know what? It's so easy. You go to find a sector. If your sector's not working for you or your alliance isn't working for you, you got to go somewhere where it is. If you're a low level and they're not helping you, and you're not being nice and polite and getting some help, then whatever. If you can't open, those are not hard. Like you can get 30K at a time. You can get your first couple levels. Uranium's not that bad. It's gotten a lot better. It's a hell of a lot better than it was with dredges.
Well, for the people that have the tools, it's going to be easy. But if you started the game yesterday or down a couple months ago, you're still looking at those things like they're just they're undoable. And if it becomes required to do even basic stuff, you're going to look at that as now I have to have help. I can't play this game by myself. I agree. We all should start working together as far as alliances go. And I'm looking forward to the 24th when they'll actually implement something that will make me want to put a tag on again. But until then, I like playing my game by myself. Row your boat the fuck away from me. I don't want to play nice with everybody. I want to play my game and enjoy my game because I don't have time for all the other stuff. But you give me a reason to play with other people, which is what this game is supposed to be about. Great. I think that's a good thing. But I think when you first start out, there's so many obstacles and so many hurdles that most of us take for granted that we can walk over now. I mean, our future players, our future of the game, the growth of the game, we watched it decline from millions to hundreds of thousands to God knows what we got left, but it's got to go the other way for this game to be improved. And for kixeye to improve as a company, to make the money from more people instead of from fewer people. They keep making more money off of fewer people, and that will only work for so long. That power creep tends to dwindle that down to a funnel until finally the funnel just jams shut. And we need it to go the other way. We need that funnel to get bigger, the playmanship get bigger, alliances become more active, sectors become more active. The game's got to grow again. It's got to start from the bottom. They're building it from the top down. You don't do that with Brick. You start at the bottom and you build up. And I think Kixeye has forgotten how to build up again.
Yeah,
You got any
I
ideas?
partly agree with that. But I also think that we, even us higher level players, we've had to come across hurdles within the gameplay.
Yeah.
And we've all been there before. But I think that a lot of trouble with a lot of people now, because Kixeye's opened the door of you can have everything straight away. A lot of people expect to be able to do everything straight away and to be able to get everything straight away. And I think that's a lot of the trouble as well. So I don't believe 100% it's because of that.
Well, one question then. If they sent you a survey, like they probably send everybody, would you recommend this game to somebody new? Would you? Has anybody ever said, yeah, sure, I'll jam
Let me
somebody
set
into
this one up.
Nightmare?
When I got on to do my raid on Kixeye at like 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, it should be dead empty. It was glitchy as horrible as hell. I had to keep reloading, reloading. Every time I reloaded, I got the goddamn survey. 10 times in a row. Yeah, I've typed it out once, copied and pasted it, and won it. Because, come
I
on,
think
people.
I think I probably know what you wrote on it.
They valued your opinion, Stephen. They wanted so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that you probably put Stephen W says "fuck you, Will Harbin."
I'm
Right.
surprised you're not banned. You got that many surveys in? Maybe that's why you're not getting the blade.
Spamming surveys. Spamming surveys. I mean, I've given real comments on surveys in the past, but after a while, it's just like, come on.
I think overall the forums went from we used to think they listened, so we gave good comments. We used to think they cared because we would give them good ideas, and then all of a sudden we joked, I think, too many times about having to coin to send in tickets, and now we actually have to coin to send in tickets. You know, so now your opinion doesn't matter unless you spend $1,000 a week, and that $1,000 a week player has a different opinion than most of the players now playing.
Yeah, I have to agree a little bit. Yeah, it's one of those really. I think.
I do.
So, do you have any ideas or comments on any things we covered earlier in the show? We went through the targets, we went through the new raid, we went through the Zoe's, the new Zoe's Rhino.
The Zoe's. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the Zoe's Rhino's cannon is definitely a concussive weapon. Because it doesn't. Because it's a concussive weapon, not a ballistic weapon. None of the ballistic specials to increase the range will work on it.
It's good
Just
to know.
assuming.
Well, let's hope. But like I said, I wish there was a way, since it was a cannon, to go ballistic, because every other cannon tends to have ballistic things. But I mean, it was like we had missiles that did penetrating missiles that did explosive damage. I was just kind of hoping that it was a cannon that did concussive damage, because there's not a whole lot of defense against concussive yet. There's more than there used to be, but there wasn't a lot.
Why does there have an accuracy buff and a
And a
splash buff?
splash buff. It's the same as the old school siege cannons. Old school siege cannons always had the same as well.
Cannon S. Yeah.
Right.
You've got a relative accuracy of whatever it is that they post. Like the old siege cannon S used to have a relative accuracy of 40%, and then a splash of 12. All you got to really worry about is the fact that with the accuracy being so high, it's going to be so close that the splash is definitely going to hit them, basically. So I shouldn't worry about it. Just as well call it 100% accurate.
But back to the uranium thing. I mean, I don't know if everybody answered it, but I'm okay with uranium shortening build time. I'm okay with anything shortening build times at this point, because KixEye's not doing anything else. But I'm afraid they're going to use it as an excuse to say, we did something. We did it. That was our baby step. You know, make some baby steps that you can build on. You know, not this one-rung ladder idea. You know, if you're going to build a ladder, put more than one rung on it, please. We'd like to go a little higher.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Because they take something that far, and then there's no room for it to go any farther. What are you going to, more uranium, get more time? No. Give us something like, I think it would be great for refitting, instead of having to throw stuff away, to just build on it. You got a level 1 something, now you need the level 2 something. Well, the level 2 something is this many hours, so it's just the difference between the two. That's all your refit is.
That's what I've been saying for a while.
Yeah. Oh, that would be brilliant. But it's like ideas like that they could use, and it's like, oh, what do these guys know? They're just players. And I'm like on the other side going, what do these guys know? They haven't done anything right, and they don't play, so how can they get anything right?
Hey guys, let me go ahead. This is a great conversation, but I want to say to the chat, we got about 10 minutes left to go. If you guys want to go ahead and throw any questions or concerns, comments, go ahead and throw them in now. Usually wait to the end of the show. This way I'll go ahead and look them over, give you a few minutes to get them in. Whatever the hell you guys want to say, let us know, and we'll rock and roll. Go ahead, guys, back to your points.
I'm going to look at some chat.
I've got a quick question for the guys in here and the guys in the chat, just to check if you've got the game open at your towers. Right now, my sector bar is completely empty, but I've got armadas at every single tower for some reason. Is anyone else seeing that, or is that just in Sector 22?
We have armadas for days, son. They're cheap and ready to move.
Have anybody noticed the bar going up real slow and then drop down real quick.
It falls off a cliff. Falls
Yeah,
off a
Yeah,
fucking
it
cliff.
does.
yeah.
Which is one of
It
the reasons
used to
I
go up
haven't
pretty easy and come down pretty easy, and now it goes up
I
real
haven't been
slow.
farming it just for
Yeah.
that reason. Because like if you try to do it slowly and you're not, I feel like sometimes if I'm not out there using Nighthawks to keep it up, it's just gonna close on you.
Yeah. You're going to get 6 of them open, and by the time you take 2, it's going to be none. And it's weird because in our sector, we can get it open, but then we go to another sector to get them. Because this other sector that's not as active apparently as our sector, they can't get the damn thing to go down. Theirs is almost pegged constantly. It's like right at the top almost. They're waiting for orange.
Does anybody check the forums for that for a bug report? Anybody have any info, chat? Anybody know anything about that? People that read the forums. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them.
Just quickly back to that point about armadas. There's nothing at. Oh, sorry, no one's just spawned. I went to say that and then it's spawned now anyway. So yes, I have them at our tower as well.
Yep. We don't.
Does anyone in here have any other anything you guys want to talk about? Let's do a little bit of free time before we end while we're waiting on questions, comments. Ace, you've been kind of quiet tonight. Ace and Lord, you guys got anything? Teacher's calling you for your book report. Did you actually read the book? Did you read the Cliff Notes? I watched the movie. I did that once with Last of the Mohicans. Didn't go well.
I've got something to say.
Go for it, Ace. Go for it, Eric.
Stephen W. You are in fact a Kixeye whinging. Well, whinge about Kixeye cunt. There you go.
Oh yes, you know I am.
Stop me crying.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was a rough day. That was a rough day. If anyone watched that show or was on that show, I'll just say right now, that was a rough day.
Well, if Mr. Optimistic had to walk away from the game, who wouldn't, I mean,
Yeah.
he used to actually kind of keep the even keel, if you will, because everybody else would be whining and crying, and he would say, don't give up on them yet. They could still pull it out. And when he said, screw it, they're never going to do it. It's doomed. I'm out of here. I think a lot of people left with him, and Kixeye still hasn't realized it.
In my defense, I've been pretty happy the last 2 months. I was just pissed about the last raid, and it's just taken a while for it to disseminate.
Well, we know that, but now's the time to move on. Get over it.
It's Christmas raid. I want my Christmas raid. I'm ready to buy myself some Christmas presents. I think everyone is.
I'll buy you a Christmas present. I won't smash you on Christmas Day. How's that?
Yay! I'll hit
What
refresh.
about blades for raids? Why not put the blade as a prize for the raid?
That would be great. I'd be
at
okay
least
with
then you
paying a
could
little bit
get
more for it.
Yeah, exactly. At least there'll be something in there that, the people that don't have. They did that with the Speed System 3 at one point. They realized that people that had to have it, everybody else had it, and it was now no longer just a wish list. It was kind of a you have to have it thing, kind of like the blades are. And it give us one opportunity where we can actually pick that item out, no matter how hard we bust it. Even if we get nothing else from that point on, we can move forward.
There's a quick question in chat there, just about everyone's thoughts on the new hull from last raid.
So that's we've seen quite a few videos on it, and a few more people have built them. So you're seeing what they are capable of, what they're not capable of. So what from the videos and what you guys, I don't know if any of you have built them. I've got 2 myself. So what do you guys think of them?
They look overpowered.
I'm just going to use mine as base defense spotter, basically. So it just takes all the damage and doesn't die, basically. That's what I'm going to use it for.
Yeah, I have to agree that it's more useful as a spotter than it is as an actual base hitter with scatterguns on it. I'm just going to say that I'm mightily unimpressed with it as a base hitter.
Do you think it's because of the heavy weapons or suck, or just in general the hull?
Well, we knew that it's going to have a short lifespan because rush fleets usually do. So, but it was kind of dead before it even came out, really. And they only make 38% of my base before dying. So.
Well, I have
but
seen
you've
a
got
few
an awesome
videos on them.
base.
I haven't got an awesome base. It's just mildly good.
Ask what all the people that fail in your base think about that. I think they disagree.
Yeah.
So
I'm down to 19 medals, so
Come
my
get
best
them.
base is crap.
146. Anyone that wants them, come get them.
Yeah, I'm discouraging. You hit my base and you look at that 19 medals, you're like, no, dude, let me leave you some. You'll feel so bad for you.
Alms
Yeah.
for the poor.
I can
Yeah.
leave you some. I've got 491 that I need to get rid of.
Yeah, well, I'll have to find a way to get rid of them. I don't want them.
I'm catching up to you, 483.
Yeah,
You're
but I
making me sad
I
here.
dump 2,000 a month though, Burning. So
Go on, chat. Your last shot for questions. We're going to be wrapping this up soon. I do appreciate that one.
Last call.
I just
Before
want
rum time.
I can only bullshit for so much.
I just want to add on the heavy cruiser because I saw a video about it doing the FM, the 85s for very little damage. Paired up with an Aegeus, it does seem to do the 85s quite flawlessly with very low damage. I think someone was doing it for like 9 minutes damage or something like that, was it?
I saw 33 minutes. I didn't see 9, but I'm sure they could have.
I've done 85s with 9 minutes damage, but I ain't been using no heavy cruisers.
It was 33 minutes for the whole fleet, though. I'm sure that if he broke it up over those 5 boats, there might have been a 9-minute repair in there.
Yeah, a 4-minute wait. Oh, 2-minute wait.
Mine's over 5 ships. 9 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, this was 33 over 5, and I'm sure 4 of them were probably instant. So.
But then again, 33 minutes for doing an 85. Maybe.
That's pretty good.
If I do an 85
awesome.
slow, it's close to an hour. If I try to do it slow, and the time savings. What do you do in about 10 minutes? I mean, fuck. I'll take that.
Well, that's what I meant. 33 minutes over the whole fleet, and it looked like most of the damage was on the Aegeus. So I think the other 4 boats probably could have been an instant repair. So he might have had like 9 minutes over. I just didn't see how he didn't break his fleet up to repair them individually. Yeah. So he might have had an 8 or 9 minute repair. I don't know.
By an hour, I was talking about how long it actually takes me to do an 85 if I try to piece it out and do it slow. I mean, that time difference.
Time out?
No, I mean, well, depends if I want to do it slow. If I want to snipe, it's a little faster than Tiger Shark. Now, I think maybe it's like 30 minutes if I'm paying attention and not dicking around. So, yeah, the fact that you could do it in 10 minutes is pretty impressive. Chat's real quiet today. I don't know if I scared him off.
Oh, well, Vince.
You didn't see my ugly face this
They
week,
hate you
so.
because you're whining cunt bag.
So is your mother. So what do you want to go for it?
Vince Sinclair's loving you, Nemo. I mean, he's been, chatting about you all night on there.
Damn, I don't see him. I'm sorry. I don't have chat on.
Well, let me take a second and go ahead and thanks Nemo for coming out tonight. To have someone else to wallow in my sorrow here and my misery and hatred of Kixeye this week, which I'll have to change. Take some happy pills, drink that big bottle of rum.
Hey, Steve, can you start drinking the rum now so we haven't got to listen to it?
Yeah, some fucking tall, please.
Please.
Single tear.
He's in a pod.
Get your buttercup out and pour the rum in it. Drink it up, buttercup.
Alright, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for the night. Cheers, everyone, for coming out. And cheers for the guys for being on the panel. Good show as always. So, I guess we'll catch you. Well, URF will catch, and BP Professor will catch you for next Wednesday show. Unfortunately, I won't be doing any Wednesdays through the Christmas period due to work, but you still got those 2 lovely faces, and you never know. BP Professor's missus might come on again. So,
thanks for having me.
So,
yeah.
guys,
see you next week.
See you Wednesday, guys.
Yes.